In just 6 minutes, buckle up for the most insane, unfiltered, and downright hilarious moments from Theo Von's conversation with Danny McBride. From the madness of steroid-fueled Olympics to Hollywood destroying its own history, McBride holds nothing back. He spills on his crazy childhood near a prison, why he escaped Los Angeles, and even reveals the wild troublemaking streak in his own daughter. This one's raw, real, and ridiculous. Stay till the end. Takeaway 1. Comedy and controversy go hand in hand. Danny McBride isn't here to play it safe. He believes comedy should push boundaries, because when you do, some people will always be offended. He compares it to social media, where controversy is often manufactured just for outrage instead of being used to actually entertain. For example, when he created Eastbound and Down, Hollywood wasn't looking for a washed-up, foul-mouthed, drug-using baseball player. No one asked for it. But when it aired, people loved it because it was real, raw, and unapologetically funny. If you make something genuinely good, people will embrace it, even if it offends some. Now let's move to something even crazier. Takeaway 2, a Special Olympics for doped-up athletes. This is not a joke. There's a new sporting event called the Enhanced Games, where athletes are encouraged to take steroids with no restrictions. It's even funded by Donald Trump Jr. Theo and Danny joke about how insane this could get. For example, imagine a sprinter shattering the 100-meter world record, only for his heart to explode as he crosses the finish line. Theo even recalls how, in small towns, guys used to shoot steroids into each other's backsides behind the Winn-Dixie grocery store, while loudly pretending they weren't doing anything gay. It's ridiculous, it's real, and it's actually happening. Takeaway 3, the strange appeal of boogie boarding. Danny and Theo rip into boogie boarding, saying it might be the least respectable water sport on the planet. It's fine when kids do it, but when a grown man is lying on his stomach, catching baby waves, it just doesn't look right. For example, Danny jokes that heavy guys like him can't really surf. So boogie boarding seems like an easier alternative. But it earns zero respect. Even worse, no one has ever become a professional boogie boarder. That's how unserious the sport is. Now let's dive into McBride's insane childhood. Takeaway 4. Childhood near a prison was wild. McBride grew up next to a federal prison where his dad worked as a guard. He didn't think much of it until one terrifying night. One evening, the prison alarms blared. His father rushed into his room, grabbed him and his sister, and locked them in the bedroom. Peeking out the window, young Danny saw his dad and other guards, shotguns in hand, jumping into a pickup truck to chase escaped prisoners. That's when he realized this wasn't a normal neighborhood. Takeaway 5, the struggle of making movies and shows. People think Hollywood is glamorous. Danny McBride says it's pure chaos. For example, when filming The Righteous Gemstones, a hurricane hit their location right before the final scene. No power, no backup plan. Everything shut down. But instead of canceling, the crew waited for the winds to die down, ran extension cords across the set, and finished filming in insane conditions. That's Hollywood. Adapt or die. Takeaway 6. Hollywood erases its own history. Danny is frustrated that Los Angeles keeps tearing down legendary places instead of preserving them. For example, he compares it to Charleston, where history is protected. Meanwhile, LA demolishes classic bars, restaurants, and apartments to make room for brand new developments. He believes Hollywood should have a historic district, but at this rate, its past is being erased forever. Takeaway 7. Finding Civil War relics as a kid. Growing up in Virginia, McBride and his friends didn't just play outside. They dug up real Civil War artifacts. His friend's dad even used night vision goggles to illegally search national park battlefields for relics. For example, they found bullets, bayonets, and musket balls, not realizing they were probably breaking multiple laws. Takeaway 8. Parenting changes everything. McBride left Los Angeles for Charleston to give his kids a real childhood. For example, on a visit, he saw a group of kids skating, fishing, and riding bikes, without a single parent in sight. It reminded him of his own childhood, and that's when he decided his kids deserve that same freedom. Takeaway 9, his daughter is a natural troublemaker. McBride's daughter has been causing chaos since birth. Before she could even talk, she was flipping people off. For example, she once covered herself in fake blood, laid in the shower, and pretended to be dead, just to freak out her parents. Danny thinks it's hilarious, but admits, she's got a dark sense of humor for a 10-year-old. Takeaway 10, if he had to rob a bank, he'd bring John Goodman. McBride jokes about assembling the perfect bank heist team, and John Goodman is his #1 pick. Why? Because if Goodman could beat the hell out of his fat by losing weight, he could definitely handle a robbery. For example, Danny imagines Goodman taking down a security guard just by staring at him. Closing thoughts. Danny McBride is a comedian, writer, director, and actor, best known for Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, and The Righteous Gemstones, now airing its 4th and final season on HBO. Which moment from this podcast blew your mind the most? Drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, share it in your WhatsApp groups, and hit subscribe for more content like this.